I got tired of being weak. Tired of making promises to myself and breaking them before the sun even went down. Tired of looking in the mirror and seeing potential buried under excuses. Tired of waking up with dreams in my chest and fear in my bones. Tired of watching other people become everything. I said I wanted to be while I stayed exactly where I started, and one day it hit me harder than any failure ever had. Nobody was coming to save me. Nobody was going to knock on my door and hand me discipline. Nobody was going to build my body, sharpen my mind, fix my habits, heal my pain, or drag me out of the life I was slowly destroying with comfort, laziness, and self-pity. And that realization, that brutal, painful, soul-crushing realization, changed everything. Because weakness doesn't always look like losing. Sometimes weakness looks like smiling, while you're secretly disappointed in yourself. Sometimes weakness looks like saying I'll start tomorrow for the 100th time. Sometimes weakness looks like scrolling for hours while your future is bleeding out in silence. Sometimes weakness looks like being addicted to comfort while calling it peace. I know that feeling. I know what it's like to lie in bed at night and feel the weight of all the things you could have become. I know what it's like to be surrounded by noise, but still hear the voice in your head, whispering, "You are wasting your life." And the worst part? Deep down, you know it's true. You know you were built for more. You know there's a stronger version of you, buried under all that softness, all that doubt, all that hesitation. But every day you delay, that version of you gets buried deeper. Every excuse becomes another shovel of dirt. Every distraction becomes another chain. Every comfortable choice becomes another brick in the prison you built for yourself. And one day, if you're not careful, you'll wake up and realize you didn't lose because life was unfair. You lost because you kept negotiating with your own weakness. That's the part nobody wants to hear. People love motivation when it sounds pretty. They love speeches about dreams and success and destiny. But real transformation is ugly. Real transformation begins when you are disgusted with who you've allowed yourself to become. It begins when you stop romanticizing your pain and start confronting your habits. It begins when you finally say, "Enough. I'm done being soft. I'm done being average. I'm done being the person who always talks, but never becomes." Because the truth is, your life changes the moment your standards change. Not your mood. Not your motivation. Your standards. The moment you decide that weakness is no longer acceptable, your entire identity begins to shift. You stop asking, "Do I feel like it?" and start asking, "What must be done?" You stop chasing comfort and start chasing respect, self-respect. You stop looking for easy and start building strong. That's where the war begins. And make no mistake, this is a war. Not against the world. Not against other people. Against the version of you that wants to stay weak. Against the version of you that wants shortcuts, excuses, validation, comfort, and sleep, while your goals demand sacrifice, pain, patience, and discipline. There is an enemy inside you, and it knows exactly how to talk. It says, "Rest today, start tomorrow." It says, "You've been through a lot. You deserve a break." It says one more distraction won't hurt. It says, "You can change later." But that voice has stolen years from people. That voice has buried talent, killed dreams, ruined bodies, destroyed confidence, and turned potential into regret. And if you keep listening to it, one day it will leave you with nothing but excuses and memories of what you almost became. That's why you have to kill that voice. Not once, every single day. Every morning you wake up, the battle resets. Every day weakness comes back wearing a different mask. Some days it looks like laziness. Some days it looks like fear. Some days it looks like overthinking. Some days it looks like comfort. But no matter what mask it wears, its mission is always the same: to keep you small, to keep you safe, to keep you weak. And if you want to become dangerous, if you want to become powerful, if you want to become the kind of person who walks into a room with silent confidence because they know what they've survived, what they've built, what they've conquered, then you must become ruthless with yourself. You must become the type of person who honors the promise even when the feeling is gone. You must train when you don't feel ready. Work when you don't feel inspired. Show up when nobody claps. Push when your body begs you to stop. Stay focused when the world tries to seduce you with distraction, because that's how warriors are made. Not in comfort, not in applause, not in perfect conditions, but in isolation, in resistance, in repetition, in those silent moments where nobody sees the battle but you. Understand this. Pain is not your enemy. Weakness is. Pain is the teacher. Pain is the forge. Pain is the fire that burns away the fake version of you. The weak version of you avoids pain and stays the same. The strong version of you walks into pain and comes out transformed. That's why the gym changes more than your body. That's why discipline changes more than your schedule. That's why suffering, when chosen with purpose, becomes power. Every rep tells your mind, I don't quit. Every early morning tells your soul, I am in control. Every temptation you resist tells your identity, I am no longer a slave to impulse. And slowly, almost invisibly at first, you begin to change. Your shoulders rise, your eyes sharpen, your mind clears, your standards elevate, your energy hardens. Your excuses start sounding pathetic even to you. And one day you realize something incredible. The life you wanted was never on the other side of luck. It was on the other side of becoming someone stronger. But listen carefully, because this is where most people fail. They want the transformation, but they don't want the process. They want the confidence, but not the humiliation of starting weak. They want the body, but not the burn. They want the respect, but not the sacrifice. They want the crown, but they run from the battle. That's not how this works. You do not get to become powerful without paying the price. You do not get to become disciplined while living like a slave to comfort. You do not get to become rare while acting like everyone else. If you want uncommon results, you need uncommon behavior. You need to be the one who keeps going when everyone stops. The one who stays locked in when everyone gets distracted. The one who chooses the hard path on purpose. Because you understand something most people never learn. Easy makes you weak. Hard makes you worthy. So, if you're tired, good. If you're tired of being overlooked, tired of being out of shape, tired of being broke, tired of being mentally weak, tired of wasting your potential, tired of losing battles to your own mind, good. That frustration might be the greatest gift you've ever been given. Because sometimes, pain is the alarm clock your soul needed. Sometimes disappointment is the slap that wakes up the beast inside you. Sometimes hitting that emotional rock bottom is exactly what forces you to stop playing small. Let that anger fuel you. Let that pain sharpen you. Let that disgust become discipline. But don't just feel it. Use it. Build from it. Turn every ounce of frustration into action. No more speeches to yourself. No more fantasy. No more waiting for the perfect moment. This is the moment. This pain is the sign. This discomfort is the invitation. Your old self is dying, but only if you stop feeding him. Stop feeding the habits that keep you weak. Stop feeding the thoughts that keep you scared. Stop feeding the lifestyle that keeps you average. Starve the weakness. Feed the discipline. Feed the mission. Feed the standards. Feed the version of you that your future is begging you to become. And understand this final truth. The strongest people you admire were not born different. They simply got tired. Tired of being doubted. Tired of being behind. Tired of losing. Tired of feeling powerless. Tired of being the victim of their own patterns. And instead of crying about it forever, They made a decision. A violent, internal, irreversible decision. They decided that from this day forward, weakness would no longer be their identity. That's the decision in front of you, right now. Not next week, not on Monday, not when motivation comes back. Right now, in this moment. The old you is begging for comfort. The new you is demanding war. Choose carefully, because one choice keeps you trapped in the same cycle, and the other turns you into someone your past self wouldn't even recognize. Years from now, you will either look back and say, "That was the moment I finally changed," or you will look back in regret and whisper, "I almost did." Don't be the person who almost did. Be the one who rose. Be the one who suffered and still moved. Be the one who got hit, got humiliated, got tired, got broken, and then built himself into something unshakable. Let the world keep sleeping. Let weak men keep making excuses. Let average people keep chasing comfort. You have a war to win. You have a body to build, a mind to sharpen, a life to reclaim, a destiny to earn. So the next time your mind tells you to quit, remember why you started. Remember the nights you hated yourself. Remember the mirror. Remember the regret. Remember the pain of being weak. And then move. Get up. Train harder. Work longer. Stay disciplined. Stay silent. Stay dangerous. Because the version of you that you dream about is not found. He is forged. And the fire starts now. I got tired of being weak. And that's the day I became unstoppable.